Between 40 and 60% of new SaaS users stall out before they reach first value. And the moment they stop knowing what to do next, momentum flatlines. And without that early aha, your product never quite earns its place in the stack. If you're leading a SaaS team and you actually want to understand what's really blocking activation, this is for you. If you'd rather keep reading dashboard metrics like tea leaves, it's probably not. My name is Daniel, and for the last 20 years, I've helped software companies of all sizes turn complex ideas into simple, teachable moments. Lately, I've been focused on one specific thing: helping B2B SaaS teams get new users across that gap between sign-up and success. And I've developed a system for doing just that. See, every engagement with us starts with an audit of your current onboarding and customer journey. From there, we can go deeper, actually fixing what's broken, and finally, even keep iterating over the long term if you like. In the end, you decide just how far down the rabbit hole we ultimately go. And here's my pledge to you. Within the first 3 weeks, you'll have a clear, actionable picture of what's blocking activation and exactly how to fix it. And if that picture isn't clear, I keep plugging away in the trenches until it is. That's my promise for the initial audit, and assuming we go deeper together, the guarantees only get stronger. Companies like Autodesk, Microsoft, Meta, and dozens of others have trusted me to turn complex software into clear, user-friendly experiences. My, frankly, pretty unique mix of learning design shops coupled with onboarding strategy helps SaaS teams, just like yours, turn their biggest friction points into measurable growth. If that already sounds like the clarity you've been chasing, just click down below to grab a slot for a no-cost, no-hassle, no-pitch discovery call with me. We'll map out what's working, what's stuck, and whether the audit's the right next step. Now, for those of you who like to peek under the hood, here's why most onboarding fixes don't move the needle, and what actually does. Most teams try to fix onboarding by upgrading their tech stack. They add more tours, more flows, even toss in a little AI to personalize the experience. But here's the rub. Tools can't diagnose confusion. They don't notice hesitation or frustration or the moment a user's confidence quietly breaks. That's where my system comes in. Every single engagement with us begins with diagnosis, specifically the audit. And there are two parts to this. First, I dig into your customer journey. Support tickets, exit surveys, G2 reviews, live chats, user interviews. Basically everything your users have already told you, whether you realized it or not. Next, I walk through your user onboarding exactly as a new user would, to feel where clarity breaks down based on our agreed definitions of user success. You'll receive a live screencast highlighting the moments of friction and discovery in my own new user experience with your product, plus a detailed roadmap showing exactly how I'd approach fixing those issues. You end up with actionable insight that's both objective and expertly subjective, what the experience feels like and what the data confirms. Together, that paints the full picture of where users get stuck and why they churn. Now, some clients take that information and run with it. But forward-thinking teams who want to leverage our learning design expertise move on to the next step: design and deploy. This is where my lifelong experience as a teacher of software really shines. I take what we've learned and I turn it into clear, user-friendly guidance that actually helps people succeed with your product. Better communication, cleaner flows, experiences that lead users straight to their first success. And finally, for companies ready to level up even further, there's step 3, iteration. You see, truly great onboarding isn't a one-and-done process. Once the quick wins are live and the low-hanging fruit's been plucked, we shift from reactive to proactive, building a metrics-based system that keeps improving as your product and your users evolve. Essentially, I stick with you as your fractional onboarding coach over the long term. And it's this mix of human insight and structured iteration that turns onboarding from a one-off project into a living, breathing growth engine. Of course, every founder already thinks their onboarding's pretty good. right up until that moment when they watch someone new try to use it. And that's when invisible friction shows up. Missing cues, half-explained steps, tiny drop-offs that snowball into churn. So if you want to see exactly where activation breaks down, the audit is your first step. And if you're thinking bigger, if you want help actually fixing the issues or evolving onboarding long-term, we can cover that too when we talk. It all starts with one discovery call. So if you want clarity, direction, and a path you can act on, grab a slot down below. Oh, and if you're wondering what working with me actually feels like, here's what some brave souls have shared with us. Think you might have heard of these guys? In addition to improved activation and retention, taking the load off CS and support is a great reason to get your onboarding house in order. I've worked with these guys for over 20 years, including creating their official certification program for Camtasia, the #1 screencasting tool in the world. Autodesk. Oh, CAD/CAM is super complex, and they really seem to like my way of making it accessible. And you could read more testimonials from my enthusiastic clientele down below, but for now, let's wrap it up. So, if you want a clearer path, better activation, and an onboarding experience that finally matches the quality of your amazing product, book a time down below. I'm Daniel Park, and this is what I do. Let's get to work.